Hi guys, I don't know if you can see, but I'm working up in Manchester this week and I've been feeling a little bit distracted in my mindfulness practice in the mornings. So I thought it might be nice to offer a practice on mindfulness of thoughts and distraction. As usual, this video will start on Instagram at Mindful Neil, and then the full video will be on my YouTube channel. If you search for Neil Seligman on YouTube, you'll find all of the videos. Okay, so are you ready? And in a quiet place, somewhere to just close your eyes for a moment, to settle in. And we're just going to arrive in this moment together on the breath. So wherever we find ourselves in our day, the breath is always available to transport us at any moment into our interior awareness, and all we have to do is follow it from outside the body to inside the body. And as we're doing this, we're just allowing our attention to accompany the breath into the body. The breath invites us into our physical sensations of being a body. It's so easy to forget that we are this physical object with form and shape and weight and texture. We're not just our ideas and thoughts and beliefs. And so the body acts as a way of just grounding us in this moment, bringing us back to something that's absolutely real. If your thoughts are anything like mine, they're not all real. They're projected futures. They pick over the past. Whereas the body and the breath are here. They're rooted in present moment awareness. And so here we are, dropping in on this breath. Gathering ourselves, remembering ourselves, arriving in this moment. In mindfulness, we sometimes use the visual of arriving at your own door. And so here you are, here I am. The door is open. And so if you wish, just step forward into mindful awareness of yourself in this moment. And it's from here that we're just going to take stock of what is arising in this present moment in our awareness. And none of this is hard. All it takes is curiosity. We don't need to imagine it or make it up. What is arising for you? And just noticing sensations, images perhaps, feelings, the absence of feelings, maybe thoughts, the absence of thoughts. And if we find it difficult to notice something this morning, today, maybe just trying to describe what it feels like not to notice something. Does it feel numb? Does it feel empty? Does it feel warm or cold? And so we just give ourselves permission to land and to notice and be the witness of our experience. In our mindfulness practice, we get to sit back and just observe that which is already arising, which we don't need to drive, it's already happening. you are already happening. And so just witness that. And so as we settle into our practice, just want to observe the contents of mind. And all I mean by that is just to notice when there are thoughts arising, or a thought arising, and when there is a gap. And we're not trying to prioritize one over the other. We're not going to treat one as a success and one as a failure. We sit as researchers of our own internal experience. And the only thing that we're going to do that's maybe different is when a thought does arise, we're going to observe it come into our awareness and go out of our awareness. And we're going to resist energizing this thought. So we energize thoughts when we add another thought to them, when we schedule them, when we put them on our to-do list. And this is natural for the mind. And when we do that, that's not a failure either. We can notice, oh, I'm energizing this thought. Can I drop it? Can I leave it there? Can I let it go? Sometimes one of the fear responses that comes up in respect of thoughts is that something comes up and you're like, oh, I must do that later. That's something I mustn't forget. And so we then start thinking, oh, how am I going to remember that? Should I get out of my practice and write it down? The temptations are huge because the mind has been keeping us on track. It's been doing a wonderful job. And we don't want it to stop entirely. We just want to see if we can invite it to reside comfortably in thought-free awareness as well as thoughtful awareness. That's all. We just want to have access to both. For many of us, the mind feels very unsettled and anxious about thought-free awareness. And so we're just inviting it to relax about that. We're relaxing ourselves about that. Most thoughts that arise within mindfulness practice and in our minds are on a bit of a conveyor belt. They come back round. So sometimes the kindest thing that we can do in our practice is just to give ourselves permission at the beginning not to energize these thoughts, just to gift ourselves this 5 or 10 or 15 minutes. Say, no, this is dedicated to my practice. This is my dedication to myself. And so it's with a loving compassion that we let that thought move on. And we come back to being the witness. And so just noticing where you've landed in your practice right now. Gathering what you noticed. Acknowledging yourself for giving yourself this time for practice, irrespective of whether it felt like a good time or a useful use of your time. Acknowledging your commitment to show up. And just navigating back through the body. Perhaps just feeling the weight of the body pushing down into our seat. Remembering the breath. And maybe just noticing, how does my mind appear now? And is it any different to at the beginning of the practice? And then on the next breath, just expanding our awareness back out into the room, remembering where we are, preparing ourselves just to open our eyes, and in our very own time, allowing the eyes to open. Great, so I hope you enjoyed this practice. Let me know how it went in the comments. Don't forget to follow me on @mindfulneil on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, and do subscribe to my videos on YouTube. Have a great day. Bye.